Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio's The Incoherent Ramblings of C&E. Christopher and Eric are your hosts, coming to you live from Greensboro, North Carolina, as we do every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Our intro music is provided from the Podshow PodSafe Music Network. Check it out at music.podshow.com. Also, feel free to email your topics for discussion, suggestions, and comments to incoherentramblings@live.com. Hello, we're here live. This is Christopher.
This is Eric.
Reporting to you live March 26, 2009 from the internationally famous C&E studios. How are you today, Eric?
Fantastic, Chris. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty well.
I want to apologize up front that I'm fighting some sort of cold, so if you hear any hacking on my part during the show, that's why.
Hack away.
All right.
Incoherent hacking.
If you want to call in, if you have any suggestions for the show or just want to ring in on some of the topics, you can reach us at 646-716-6928.
That's right. You can go to www.blogtalkradio.com/incoherent ramblings, and at that page you can get the number Eric just gave you, as well as information on all our social networking memberships. Please go out there and friend us.
There you go.
We want some friends.
If you missed any of our episodes, you can listen to them archived at Blog Talk Radio, or even through links on Facebook
and MySpace. Yes, you can go to MySpace. You can go to Facebook. You can listen to it there. On our Blog Talk Radio, yes, you can go there and listen to any of our past episodes. They're all archived. You can even go into iTunes and search for Incoherent Ramblings. You will find it. You can subscribe to our channel, and that will basically, every time you open iTunes, it'll go out and search. If there's a new one, it'll go and grab it.
There you go. Never miss an episode.
Never miss it. So if you can't listen live, we want live listeners. We really do.
We do.
And we want people to call in and interact with us. And we like having special guests on our show. But if you can't make it because of the timing, please go download it or listen to it streaming after the fact.
At your leisure.
Yes, at your leisure.
As you jog.
As you jog,
As you're
yes.
driving down the road.
Yeah. If your name's Margaret and you like to jog, I think what you should do is download, put it on the MP3 player, and jog to us. And just throwing that out there. So if you're listening, your name's Margaret, take that under consideration.
Indeed. We could be your personal trainer, pushing you to go further.
Yes, to new limits. You could excel past where you are now. Anyhow, we're here. We're incoherent and we're ready to ramble, are we not?
We are.
Today we don't have a special guest.
No guest today.
No topic. It truly is incoherent rambling.
Yes.
That's the true essence of the show. We are welcoming Eric back live this week here in the internationally famous C&E studios. Last week he had to attend to a situation that came up last second to help out a friend, and that's perfectly understandable. So,
hey, I missed it. I heard it was an awesome episode. I listened to it in its entirety.
We talked about guns.
One of my favorite subjects.
Yes, and we have invited Andrew Sides, one of our guest speakers, back on the show, and we're going to line Joe West back up on the show as well. Both, Andrew is in his mid-20s. Joe is well north of that. But both of them very knowledgeable, and we look forward to having another show with them.
You just got a new gun this week.
I did.
I don't know if we should disclose that to the public, though. You're armed and dangerous.
I am armed and dangerous. I don't know about dangerous. I am armed. Yes, I don't mind disclosing that at all. I purchased a Smith & Wesson M&P 40.
Which I'm also a proud owner of.
Yes.
And I have the compact version.
Yes, that's compact. Which makes it better.
Holds the same punch.
Same punch. Yes, less punches.
Less punches.
Yeah,
correct.
You have 10 punches. I have 15.
15 punches.
But
I'm more accurate, so it doesn't really
I don't know. You see my groupings? You asked David Orr about that. My groupings are like the size of a tennis ball. Right? No. Depends. Well, with the higher caliber guns, it's true.
That is true.
With my 22, it's like the size of a volleyball.
Right. And
you bring in his 9mm I was shooting, and it's like the size of a tennis ball. I don't.
With that element gun you were shooting, it was.
Yeah. So we will do that. In fact, we're going to dedicate an entire episode. I would say of the hour, probably 48 minutes, 48 maybe 50 minutes of an episode, just on the top of guns, because we could just take gun safety in and of itself and spend an hour on that.
We could,
without even touching any of the other topics. So we're going to dedicate a show to that in the near future once we can line our guests up and get commitments there.
Yep.
Come up with the pay arrangements and all that. So
the Smith & Wessons right now, I don't know when that offer ends, but if you buy an M&P during this time frame, you get 2 extra clips.
As a matter of fact, that's true.
So
in fact, I'm going to go right now and pull up that information, because I think that's good information to share with people. I think it's a pretty good deal. If you look from February 27th through April the 30th, those clips, depending on where you buy them, can go anywhere from 25 to 42 apiece. Yep. So even if you got them for 25, it's a $50 value, and that's the cheapest.
I've never seen them that low. 42 is the average that I've seen, right. But I've heard rumors that you can get it for 25.
Yes. So I mean, we're talking if you go out and just go to a store and buy them, about $80 value right there.
Right.
So if you are in the market for a gun, Smith & Wesson, awesome name brand, made, manufactured, sold here in the United States of America.
Warranty for life?
Warranty for life. In addition, the M&P line is specifically military and police grade. Right. So now all of their guns are good quality, but like the Allied Forces does not have the same overall craftsmanship of this one. I'm sure it's a fine gun. So I
think reasonably priced.
Yes.
Of all the guns I've handled, it felt the best in my hand.
Yes, I agree. So if you are in the market for a gun, that would be a good time to check out the M&P and get 4 magazines for what you would normally pay for the gun in 2.
Right.
So I don't think we have any gun stories this week. Well, actually, we do have some violent stories this week.
Yes. Well, mine didn't include any guns.
No.
No, I did. I think I shared this with you earlier there, Chris. I was talking to my daughter about gun safety the other day.
Yes. Share that with us.
And explaining to her what we had learned in class. And basically they always said, talk to your minors, explain to them that if they ever run across a gun while they're out and about, to, first of all, not touch it. Second of all, get away from it.
Right.
And third of all, tell an adult. And as I'm telling her this, she says, Daddy, I've got something to tell you. It was just very odd timing that I chose that night to talk to her about it, but somebody in her after-school care had told her that somebody at school that day had a gun. Mm-hmm. And was there showing it to people. So, of course, I confronted her teacher about it the next day, and it turns out that the boy was just saying that he had one. When they searched his bags, he didn't. Another little girl who told people that she had seen it, in reality hadn't, and was fibbing. So they both got in trouble for that. But anyway, important conversations to have.
Yes, because what we're trying to do here, among many things, is take people's perceptions and correct them. Like the perception that pit bulls are bad. Our show's mascot is Bella. She's a pit bull. She's completely opposite of bad. And if you met her, you would know what we're talking about. Well, same thing. Gun owners, the majority of gun owners, law-abiding, legally owning guns, are good people. They're not going around not looking to shoot people. That's the criminals, and they want to obey the laws. They take courses so they can learn the laws, and they follow the laws, and they respect the law.
Right.
So, we're just trying to change people's perceptions to reality.
Do you happen to have that study manual we had from when we took that course?
I do, as a matter of fact. It's right over there.
I see it.
On top of there. Yep, there you go.
There were some stats in there that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, on the very back page there.
Very back page here. Although members of the media say otherwise, self-defense results in fewer injuries to the defender, 17.4%, than resisting with less powerful means, like knives, 40.3%, overall weapons, 22%, and then fewer injuries than not resisting at all, 24%. So if you have a gun, the defender gets hurt in less cases than if he doesn't even
have anything. Right, exactly.
So, the odds of a defensive gun user killing an innocent person are less than 1 in 26,000, and firearms are taken away from and used against their owners in less than 1% of all defensive gun uses, which is different from other stats that I've heard. I thought that was interesting.
And a coworker of mine was making that argument, saying, well, it's just really silly. If I have a gun, the defender can take it away from me and use it on me. And this is from a grassroots North Carolina organization that got these statistics. I always, if I have some stats, I try to tell where they came from. So it's not like we were just making these up or pulling them off the internet.
Right. This is one other one. It says, equally mythical is the notion that citizens cannot be trusted to responsibly exercise the right of self-defense. Citizens repel crimes using firearms 10 times more often than police, yet kill innocent people only 1/5 as often.
Right. So those stats speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you want a gun, obey your local laws, find out what they are. Don't haphazardly shoot into the trees at what you think is a monkey, and talk to your children about it. And that's like Eric did. It's an excellent point he brought up.
Here, I'm going to share one more.
Sure.
And we'll quit beating this dead horse. But firearms are used for self-defense 2.4 million times per year, including 196,000 by women defending themselves against sexual abuse. Indeed, up to 75 lives are protected by firearms for every life lost. That's 5 times per minute.
Right.
Most important, criminals are shot in less than 8% of defensive uses. Most of the time, really brandishing or referring to the weapon is sufficient.
Right.
So, anyway, I just thought we'd share.
Absolutely.
Incoherently Rambling, that wasn't even on our agenda, as if we have one.
Yeah, we don't even have an agenda. But what we had discussed before the show hadn't even come up.
No.
That's how we do. Hacking, yes. Excuse the clearing of the lung there. I have a story I'm going to start off with. A little bit of violence.
That's a good way to start the show.
It's a good way to start with violence. Texas high school held cage fights. Okay, now they say, you know how the media is always throwing around alleged this and alleged that. Here at Incoherent Ramblings, we don't. If you have proof of it, it's not alleged. It's the real thing.
By Associated Press.
We're not making this up.
Not like the Sun Times.
Exactly. The Dallas school system was rocked by allegations Thursday that staff members at an inner-city high school made students settle their differences by fighting bare-knuckle brawls inside a steel cage. I want to know, did they charge admission? No doubt. I mean, or did they have a pay-per-view for this? The principal and other employees at South Oak Cliff High knew about the cage fights and allowed the practice to continue. More than anything, I'm in shock and disbelief. Shocked that this could ever occur and shocked that it would be condoned by a professional administrator, says a member of the Dallas School Board. The report was first obtained by the Dallas Morning News. Describes 2 instances of fighting in an equipment cage in a boys' locker room between 2003 and 2005. From the report, it wasn't clear if there were more, if it was only these 2 incidences. Superintendent Michael Hinojosa told the newspaper that there were some things that happened inside of a cage and called the fights unacceptable. No criminal charges were filed, and they go on and on to talk about some other things. They were referring to it as entertainment. I won't go into all that, but basically it's just a social commentary. Obviously, I cannot condone this whatsoever. It's not right.
Maybe if they were wearing gloves.
Maybe if they were wearing gloves.
Bare knuckle, that's a little bit. If it
were phys ed, right. I mean, boxing is an actual sport.
Teach them a trade skill.
Teach them a trade skill. This is a, I think sometimes, I think I understand the concept here. If it's not really a big deal, if no one's really getting hurt, you just let the kids figure it out on their own. I had teachers in high school, and the 3 instances I'm thinking of, 2 of them were PE teachers. But I had 3 different instances I could think of where the teacher just kind of let the kids take care of it, and probably were only going to intervene if it got out of hand. I understand the theory there, but actually creating and organizing a scheduled fight between students, I think that's taking it too far.
I agree.
I think that was but I mean,
I guess the only argument you can make is it's not on a playground where it's not being supervised and could escalate to weapons or whatnot. Or
right. It's confined to a cage.
Right.
Well, this could be a pay-per-view thing or a reality TV show.
There you go.
It could be.
Well, speaking of violence, I have one.
Let's keep it rolling. We're going to be doing some violent things today.
A woman was so angry with her boyfriend Tuesday morning that she chased him with her van as he ran from her. Leonius Williams, 37, flew through the vehicle's windshield but was able to get up and continue to run. Deputies said 33-year-old Tracy, whatever her last name was, armed with a knife, chased her boyfriend across rush hour traffic into a median. Once in the median, she beat her boyfriend repeatedly. What I thought was funny about the story, but it was before she did this. Investigators said that she became enraged when she learned her boyfriend was allegedly having a sexual relationship with an underage girl. Deputies said the woman called 911 to warn them that she was about to kill her ex-boyfriend. I got an emergency. She told the 911 operator, I need an officer now. There's going to be a murder.
Bring a hearse.
He tried to deny it, saying it wasn't true, said Campbell.
Is this the same lady that called 911 about the chicken and nuggets?
It sounds just like the doctor's name. I don't know.
Like,
Maybe she's related. Anyway, she chased him down into the median and beat him repeatedly. So she's in custody, facing attempted first-degree murder charges. But anyway.
How's it first degree? There was no other felony going on there.
I don't know.
Odd. And, the thing is, we don't know if he's guilty or not. She could be some loony bin.
She's loony. She's a loony.
But if he is guilty, it's sad that she's facing, a felony, and he's probably going to get off the hook.
That's true.
Let's let the violence continue.
Okay.
And talking about relationships, that was a boyfriend and girlfriend. Here we'll move on to marital relationships.
Okay.
Wife handcuffs herself to husband. Fairfield, Connecticut. Police in Connecticut say a woman attempting to reconcile with her husband handcuffed herself to him as he slept and then proceeded to bite him on his torso and arms. Now, Eric, do you think she was taking the right approach here?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one, Chris.
Okay, because it said she was attempting to reconcile, but then she bites him about the torso and arms.
I thought you said she was trying to get him to leave her.
No, he was going to leave. She was attempting to reconcile. Police say a 37-year-old woman, Helen's son, told them she wanted to have a conversation with husband Robert Drawbow without him leaving. Police say she changed the locks on their bedroom and handcuffed herself to him while he was sleeping.
That's one way to get him to stay.
Yep. He used the
Lock
cell phone.
him in and handcuff him to yourself.
He used the cell phone to call the police. Officer heard his screams when they arrived at the couple's Fairfield home. He was treated at a local hospital. She has been charged with third-degree assault, disorderly conduct, reckless endangerment, unlawful restraint, and probably mischief.
What about kidnapping?
Unlawful
restraint.
Unlawful restraint, yeah. She didn't actually take him anywhere. She was just restraining him. So, I don't think the approach she's taken is actually going to really win over her husband's attention there.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. This sounds like something for Springer.
Yes.
So,
here's I don't know if this is violent or not. Killer SMS rumors sweep Egypt.
This is a text on a murderous rampage.
Yes.
In Egypt.
Yes.
Folks, listen, if you're traveling to Egypt, here is Incoherent Ramblings giving you a public service announcement. It's very important.
Very important.
Yes.
The death text.
Yes.
The Egyptian government has sought to dispel rumors that a mobile phone text message from unknown foreign quarters is spreading around the country and killing those who receive it. The extraordinary move by Egypt's Health and Interior Ministries follows press reports that an SMS containing a special combination of numbers killed a man in the town of Malawi, south of Cairo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I hate to do them injustice.
I think Cairo is correct.
And I meant the town outside of it. But he died vomiting blood, followed by a stroke, shortly after receiving a message from an unknown phone number, the Egyptian Gazette reported.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know, if they print it, it's got to be gospel.
Exactly.
The number begins with a plus symbol and ends in 111, it said. I'm glad they didn't share the actual number.
I know, because we might be,
tempted to text that to somebody and...
Or we might be vomiting blood.
Cause vomiting blood and a stroke. I mean, I don't know. An official security source was quoted by the official MENA news agency as denying those who receive the SMS get splitting headaches, followed by brain hemorrhage that leads to death.
Wow.
That's some official sources.
Well, so if you're traveling to Egypt, if this happened, if you receive the text, do you have to open it?
I don't know if it's simply enough. You probably have to read it.
Right. So if you are in Egypt and listening there, or if you're planning on traveling there, if you get this text, delete it.
Yes. The health Ministry says they received no cases with such symptoms, and says these rumors contradict all scientific facts.
Mm. And we know science is the end-all be-all.
Indeed.
So, this is a killer text on a murderous rampage.
Be careful.
Yes. What if it makes its way out of the continent of Africa? God help us.
God help us. I hope they can contain it there.
I hope they can contain it. I hope this isn't like 28 days or 28 weeks or whatever.
Scientifically, maybe it only works if it's in close proximity to pyramids or something.
We may
be safe there.
It could be sent by the Sphinx. We don't know. I don't know, but I just hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't leave that continent. Well, here's a. I don't know if it's deadly, but sometimes people call it silent but deadly. A student in Lakeland, Florida, has been suspended for passing gas on the bus. Now, that is, first and foremost, if that is a reason to be suspended, I probably would have never actually graduated from school.
I'd still be in suspension.
I would still be in suspension. 8th grader was suspended from riding the school bus for 3 days after being accused of passing gas. I didn't know that it was a problem. The bus driver wrote on a misbehavior form that 15-year-old teen passing gas on the bus on March 16th to make other children laugh, creating a stench so bad that it was difficult to breathe. The bus driver handed the teen the suspension form the next day.
I've been there.
Yes, I have too. Polk County school officials say there's no rule against flatulence. However, there are rules against causing a disturbance on the bus. The teen, Jonathan Locke Jr., said he wasn't even the culprit. He goes, hey, look, it wasn't even me. It was a kid who sits in front of me. Right.
You smelt it, dealt it.
Exactly.
I need to look at that driver.
Exactly. Whether he did it or not, he might have gotten off easy. A 13-year-old student at a Stewart school was arrested in November after authorities said he broke wind in class. He was arrested. He just wasn't suspended from riding the bus. So, this must have been pretty bad to get him suspended. I want to know what this child's been eating. What did his parents feed him?
Let me tell you what he needs.
Okay. Why don't you do that for us?
Stink-free underwear.
There you go.
Astronauts.
Deputies.
Astronauts test stink-free underwear. There's new hope for teenage boys tired of embarrassing questions when they last change their underwear. Japan's space scientists may have just the answer: a line of odor-free underwear and casual clothing. This would cut down on the arrests.
Exactly, the arrests and the suspension in the Florida state schools.
Yes. I'm not going to try to pronounce this Japanese name, but the first Japanese astronaut to live on the International Space Station is testing a clothes called J-Wear, and created by textile experts at Japan Women's University in Tokyo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He can wear his trunks, underwear, more than a week, an official with Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency said. His clothes were developed by researcher Yoshiko Taya as designed to kill bacteria, absorb water, insulate the body, and dry quickly. They are also flame resistant, anti-static, and not to mention comfortable and stylish.
Well, style is the most important factor.
It is. But I was thinking flame resistant might be important.
It might be if you were a 15-year-old kid.
If flatulent was involved.
Absolutely.
So anyway, he's on the shuttle right mission last year, and even after vigorous workouts, his clothes stay dry.
How much fire do they have on the space shuttle?
I don't. Hopefully not much.
I would think not much.
The other astronaut became very sweaty, but he doesn't have any sweat. He didn't need to hang his clothes dry because of their moisture absorption.
So stench-free underwear.
Yes. So anyway,
I think this young man, young Mr. Locke Jr., may be able to benefit from that.
Indeed.
Creating a stench so bad that you had to wrench. Yeah.
So anyway, there's hope.
There is hope.
That's a glimpse in the future.
It is a glimpse in the future. Does this story tell us when this might be coming to the market?
No, but NASA's getting ready to test it.
Oh, okay.
Their space station. So, and a complete commercial line is also in the offering. So.
Okay. Well, if they're comfortable and stylish.
Yes.
Then I say, I would be willing to try those out. I mean, I can wear underwear, same pair of underwear for like a week or two.
Like you don't now?
That's why I wear black underwear. Oh, boy. Where's the show going? As a friend of ours, Todd would say, it always ends up at the toilet.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, Eric, here in America, we have laws against bigamy. We do. Other countries around the world allow you to have multiple spouses.
Male would be the same as polygamy, or is polygamy more than two?
But bigamy would be two.
That's it.
And polygamy would be
more.
So we have laws against both. But polygamy would cover bigamy.
Yes.
Oh, this is getting confusing. Our law requires us to be monogamous in our marriage.
Yes.
So here we are in Overland Park, Kansas. This guy is 61 years old, and he's a player. He is married to two women.
Back daddy.
He is. He is married to two women who live in the same apartment complex. Now, this guy, is that like,
that's bold.
You've heard of stories where a guy had, maybe he had some bigwig executive, and he had offices in New York and L.A., and he had a wife in each one. I mean, there's been actual cases of that.
Sure.
This guy had two wives, both in the exact same apartment complex. That is bold.
Well, cuts down on the commute time.
It does.
That way you spend more time with each wife.
Exactly.
Less time in the air.
Yes, exactly. Officials said police were called to the complex in November when the second wife went to the first wife's apartment to confront the man and found out he was married to someone else. The man was arrested this week and made his first court appearance Wednesday. He was married to his first wife for 22 years, and court records say the second marriage occurred in 2006, both women in their 50s. The man was also charged with using his father's Social Security card to lease one of the apartments and was stealing jewelry and money from his second wife.
I guess if forced to choose, wonder which one he'd go with.
Mm.
If he's stealing jewelry from the first, you give to the second.
No, stealing from the second.
Oh, to give to the first?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this is it. Stealing jewelry money from his second wife.
Huh. How about that?
So maybe he would just marry the second wife for monetary reasons.
Perhaps.
Nonetheless, I found that an interesting story. And like Eric said,
bold.
Very bold.
Okay. I've got one. This is a hero.
Mm. We like heroes.
Heart attack doesn't stop surgeon. This is from your home state.
Okay.
Naples neurosurgeon shrugs off angina spasms to complete his operation.
Angina.
Angina.
Okay.
Angina.
Angina spasms.
An Italian surgeon had a heart attack while performing a brain cancer operation, but carried on until he had removed the patient's tumor. I couldn't leave him in such a delicate moment, Naples neurosurgeon Claudio Vitali told La Repubblica about the angina spasm he shrugged off. So I assume this was Naples, Florida.
Yes, I believe it would be Naples, Italy.
Naples, Italy. So it's not from your home state.
No, I don't think so.
So I'm not a hero. I'm mistaken. He says he's not a hero. I only did my duty, said the 59-year-old who had an operation to clear an artery after he had scrubbed off.
Well, that's his assessment.
Yes.
But we still would label him as a hero.
He had suffered chest pains while he was halfway through the brain operation, but refused his team's efforts to persuade him to get emergency treatment, only agreeing to give a blood sample that confirmed he was having a mild heart attack. I don't know, you can tell you're having a heart attack from a blood sample, but you learn something new every day.
Yep.
He was set to leave the hospital on Friday and was keen to return to Naples.
That is interesting.
He has a week off and he gets back to work, he said.
He has some more brain surgery to do.
He kept up with his patient's progress and was pleased to find out that it was already on the mend.
Excellent.
So both are doing well.
So he was probably, after his surgery, he probably, said something to his surgeon who said, "Oh, relax, it's not brain surgery."
Right.
That wasn't set up, folks. I'm sorry, I was playing.
Oh.
Well, he is a hero, and that's someone who obviously wasn't a massive heart attack, but nonetheless, he needed immediate medical attention, and he finished the surgery. And
speaking of heroes, I got one other. Can I jump in here for a second hero story?
Yeah, another hero.
A parrot was awarded for yelling about a choking baby.
Excellent.
A parrot that altered his owner. I'm sorry, it's very small print here. A parrot that alerted.
Wait. This is small.
I mean, this is tiny.
I mean, I'm nearsighted, and I'm right at it, and I can't see it.
It's tiny. It's like 0.5 font here. A parrot that alerted his owner about a baby who was choking was recognized as a hero by the Red Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Willie, the parrot, was given the Animal Lifesaver Award during the Breakfast of Champions event attended by Governor Bill Ritter and Mayor John Hickenlooper. I'm not making that up. Willie, the parrot, received the award Friday for his actions in November when he and owner Megan Howard were babysitting a toddler. Willie repeatedly yelled, "Mama, baby," when Howard went to the bathroom and the toddler started choking on her breakfast.
Wow.
So Howard saved the baby with the Heimlich maneuver, but said Willie is the real hero.
Absolutely. You've heard these stories where, like, dogs somehow knock the phone off the hook, dial 911. Cats do it. I mean, I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They are stupid animals, but I don't think they're as stupid as we think they are.
Right. They're playing stupid instead of doing it.
They are.
That way they don't work for a living.
Well, you remember, but this is before our times, so I know we don't remember it, but there's maybe some listeners out there that remember Flip Wilson, and he was he was famous for a lot of things, but the thing he's most famous for saying was, "The devil made me do it." Well, here's a 61-year-old lady. She worked at Arlington Free Methodist Church, and she has been fired. It's not that often that a church fires someone, right? She took more than $73,000 where she was an administrative assistant, and she blames the devil. Papers filed with a theft charge Wednesday say the woman told detectives Satan had a big part in the theft. The Everett Herald reported the woman was accused of forging the pastor's signature on 80 checks from Arlington Free Methodist Church, and she was fired in February. She told detectives she used the money to cover household expenses because she couldn't stand the thought of losing her home.
Huh.
So I don't like theft, and I don't like theft from old people in churches. That makes me even more upset. Well, here I think we're sticking with the church vein. I think Eric has a story for us. It might have kind of a religious overtone as well.
It does. It has to do with an ancient church artifact.
Yes.
Comedy film prop sparks bomb scare. Buildings were evacuated after a bomb squad arrived to defuse a hand grenade, only to discover it was a copy of a fictional weapon from a Monty Python movie. Consequently, we actually just watched this movie, 2 weeks ago?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For my 480th time. Police, firefighters, and bomb disposal officers arrived at the junction of Tabernacle Street in Epworth last Thursday afternoon after the water board had discovered a suspicious object under a fire hydrant. About an hour later, the bomb squad declared all was safe because the weapon was a holy hand grenade. In the 1975 film Monty Python and the Holy Hand Grenade, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch was used to slay a killer rabbit. It was an evil rabbit with big, nasty teeth. Anyway. Anyway, I'm reading on. That was the best part. I did print some parts of that movie script, though.
I would like for you to share that with us.
I'm trying to find where I might have put it now.
While you do that, I have something I'm preparing to share.
Okay. Let's see here. Here's the text from that portion of the movie that I found online. We have the holy hand grenade. This is when they were confronting that evil rabbit.
Yes.
With his big nasty teeth.
Yes.
Lancelot says, we have the holy hand grenade. And Arthur says, yes, of course, the holy hand grenade of Antioch. 'Tis one of the sacred relics Brother Maynard carries with him. Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. And the monks come out and they are chanting in Latin. How does it work? Arthur says. Lancelot, I don't know, my liege. Arthur, consult the Book of Armaments. Brother Maynard, Armaments, chapter 2, verses 9 to 21. And Saint Attila raised the hand grenade upon high, saying, O Lord, bless this thy hand grenade. With it thou mayest blow thine enemies to tiny bits in thy mercy. And the Lord did grin, and the people did feast upon lambs and sloths and carps and anchovies and orangutans and breakfast cereals and fruit bats and large chihuahua. Skip a bit, brother. And the Lord spoke, saying, First thou shalt take out the holy pen, then thou shalt count to 3, no more, no less. 3 shalt be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt not count, either count thy 2, except for thou then proceeding to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe, who being naughty in my sight shall snuff it.
Naughty.
Amen. Amen. Right. 1, 2, 5, 3, sir. Oh, yes, 3. And he throws the holy hand grenade and blows up the evil rabbit
yes.
with big, nasty teeth.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch. So it's called the bomb scare.
It did.
It was a prop.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, and apparently one of the store owners that was nearby was shut down for like an hour during all this because it was obvious what it was.
Right.
Anyway, I guess you never be too careful.
No.
Never know when you'll stumble upon a holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Well, I guess it could be dangerous.
Indeed.
If you are naughty, it could smite you.
Yes. You could be smitten. Oh, that wouldn't be a word. Smitten would be like you.
Yeah, I guess you could be smitten with love, so it's the same kind of thing.
Yes, I guess.
Smitten down.
Snuff it.
So here we have, anytime I read about naked people and assaulting and dogs, it kind of grabs my attention to go back to the violence.
Yes.
Naked teen with poodle assaults woman. She immediately realized something peculiar. A naked 14-year-old boy taking a walk with a large white poodle assaulted a woman in Michigan. Surprisingly, it doesn't say allegedly. The boy walked away from a behavioral treatment facility.
While naked.
Said the deputy, Lieutenant Craig Mass. He was strolling unclothed in Hart Township with the dog when he encountered a 53-year-old woman in her yard. Here's a quote. The young man approached her with this poodle, and she immediately realized something peculiar. The two spoke briefly when the woman took out a cell phone to call for help. The boy pushed her and fled with the phone, which he later broke in half. Deputies found the boy, and he's been charged in juvenile court with strong arm robbery
and being naughty in my sight.
And being naughty in my sight. He did not proceed with gentle hand.
No.
He moved on to strong arm robbery and assault. Sometimes the way our law reads is just very humorous.
Yes.
So if you are thinking about escaping from a mental or behavioral facility, do it clothed.
Yes.
That would be my. And
what I found funny was the lady offered to help. She called the authorities while he was there on the phone.
Right.
And it wasn't until after she called the authorities. Then he stole the phone and ran away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not the brightest.
No.
But of course he was escaping from a mental facility.
Yes. So some people, I guess, don't have all their faculties, and he apparently was one of them.
Yes.
So do you have something for us here?
Well, I have a story about a rapping flight attendant.
That sounds good to
being
me.
a rising star on YouTube. Does that sound something? We actually have some audio to go along with this one, I think.
Yes, we do.
I think we should play the audio after.
Read the story. Yeah, read the story, and then we'll play a little audio clip.
An American flight attendant has developed a novel way of ensuring passengers pay attention during the pre-flight safety announcements. He delivers it in a rap.
Mm-hmm.
So, 40-year-old David Holmes, a flight attendant for U.S. Airlines Southwest.
What up, Holmes?
What up, Holmes? He's become an internet celebrity since passengers began posting videos of his cabin announcements 3 months ago. Before we leave, our advice is put away electronic devices, fasten your seatbelt, put up your trays, press the button, and make your seat back raise up. I guess I should have rapped that. I don't rap very well.
No.
Anyway, I'll let him. I can't do it justice.
Yeah, we have the video.
We have the audio.
Yeah, we have the audio.
We have the audio. If you want the video, you have to go to YouTube to see the video. He raps encouraging passengers to stop and clap to give an accompanying beat. So he's based out of Vegas. He doesn't do it on every flight, but on some of, if you're lucky enough to be on one of the ones he does do it on, you might hear this.
Exactly. So here we are with David Holmes. YouTube
rapping flight attendant.
Superstar.
Making
his way up the YouTube ranks. Here we are with David Holmes rapping, the rapping flight attendant.
Good evening, folks. Welcome aboard Southwest Airlines Flight 372, service to Oklahoma City. Those of you that have flown us before know that we do things a little bit differently here on Southwest. Some of us tell jokes. Some of us sing, some of us just stand there and look beautiful. I, unfortunately, can do none of those. So here's the one thing that I do know how to do. We're going to shake things up a little bit. I need a little audience participation. Otherwise, this is not going to go over well at all. So here's what I need, especially you guys in the front because you know what's coming. All right, I need a beat, all right? All I need you to do is stomp and clap, and I'm going to do the rest because I've had 5 flights today, and I just cannot do the regular boring announcement again. Otherwise, I'm going to put myself to sleep. So, you guys with me? No. All right. So, give me a stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Come on, stomp, clap, stomp, clap. They don't beat there. There you go. Keep that going. This is Flight 372 on SWA. The flight attendant's on board serving you today. Teresa in the middle, David in the back. My name is David, and I'm here to tell you that shortly after takeoff, first things first, there's soft drinks and coffee to quench your thirst. But if you want another kind of drink, then just holler. Alcoholic beverages will be $4. If a Monster Energy drink is your plan, that'll be $3, and you get the whole can. We won't take your cash, you gotta pay with plastic. If you have a coupon, then that's fantastic. We know you're ready to get to new places. Open up the bin, put away your suitcases. Carry on items, go under the seat in front of you, so none of you have things by your feet. If you have a seat on the road with the exit, we're going to talk to you, so you might as well expect it. You got to help evacuate in case we need you. If you don't want them, we're going to reseat you. Before we leave, our advice is put away your electronic devices. Fasten your seatbelt, then put your trays up. Press the button to make the seat back raise up. Sit back, relax. Have a good time. It's almost time to go, so I'm done with the rhyme. you for the fact that I wasn't ignored. This is Southwest Airlines. Welcome aboard.
There we have David Holmes from Southwest Airlines, the wrapping flight attendant.
Coming on a flight near you.
Yes. But I think that's pretty cool because, you know, I don't like flying. I'll be the first to tell. People that know me well know I don't like it. But
Christopher drove from Greensboro to Florida to be the best man at my wedding.
Yeah, actually, I rode a train.
That's right, you rode a train.
From Greensboro to Miami, and then got a car and drove from Miami to Key West.
To avoid flying.
Yes, I do not like flying. But I have flown quite a bit. A little bit more since then, but I'm not a fan of it. However, I always feel sorry because I'm one of the few people who's actually paying attention because I'm actually scared. Everybody else is like, you know, putting on their earphones and, you know, doing calisthenics, who knows what else. But it's like the poor girl's up there just rambling on some monotone voice. Nobody's paying her any attention. No. If you're on this guy's flight and he does that, you're going to be paying attention.
Yes.
So I think that's pretty cool. David Holmes.
David Holmes. Yes. And how about that U.S. Airs flight that ditched into the, was it Manhattan?
Yep.
That was pretty impressive.
That was.
They got some positive press from that. I saw them on some talk shows. And one of my friends, I haven't talked to her in years, I can still call her a friend. She's an airline stewardess or attendant for that same airline.
Well, he was another hero.
Yes.
Being a hero does not require a costume.
I don't know if you heard the audio tape of them talking. I mean, the guy was as calm as you could be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just like we're talking right here. I mean, calmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to ditch this flight in the Manhattan Sound or whatever it was.
Right.
That's the tone he was taking. I mean,
right.
It wasn't even Hudson. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Hudson Bay or what? I mean, it was just that's the matter of fact. It wasn't
right.
No fear whatsoever in his voice.
Well, some people, when faced with an immediate situation that's extremely stressful, I'm talking about extremely stressful, like that would be. And I'm this kind. Now, if it's not something that's extremely stressful, I may get emotional about it. But I tend to be this way where I'm generally calm and collective until after the situation is over,
right.
And then I fall to pieces. Whereas some people fall to pieces, and when it's over, then they're calm and collective. Apparently, he's the kind of person that stays calm and collective, because I heard that audio also, and it was just like, you know, routine, we're bringing the plane down, like it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
And then he proceeds to get out and, like, help people that were too shaken up to help themselves out of the plane, and he didn't leave until everybody was out into the life preserver, and everybody was safe.
Yep.
I think that was pretty amazing. So he is also a hero.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we don't really have, we usually have the opposite of a hero, and we haven't handed it out today. And this isn't anything that's, like, huge, but here we go. It's just a Denver restaurant manager startled when he discovered dangling legs. That's what caught me. That's what caught me. The manager of Blackjack Pizza Outlet in Denver got a start when he discovered a man's legs hanging from a vent above the restaurant's oven. Police said the dangling legs were accompanied by a voice yelling, "Help me, help me." Police spokesman said the 5'10", 170-pound man told officers and firefighters he'd been stuck in the duct for 5 or 6 hours. He was arrested on suspicion of burglary. Wow. I don't think there was any question of his motive. Police haven't identified the suspect or the manager. The store was closed later Friday. Now here's the interesting thing. Jackson said the man could have been asphyxiated if the oven had turned on automatically, or if the manager hadn't come in early. So apparently, the oven is set up where it comes on at a certain time. If the manager had come in after that time, this guy would have obviously died. Yes.
Lucky and unlucky at the same time.
Yeah. So this man, we are awarding him with our very special award, our Sheep Award, because we here at C&E are against theft.
Indeed.
Eric shared. We're incoherently rambling. Eric shared a hero story. I'm not going to read all this. I just I'm one of about the 42 people in the country that still watch NBA basketball. And Dwayne Wade, some people want to put him up there with Michael Jordan. I disagree. I really don't think there's anybody that goes in that category. However, he is a very talented young man, and I do enjoy watching him play. He does a lot of philanthropy. He gives a lot of money away, and he gives a lot of things away, and he does things for people that are in need. And it's well known that he does this, but he doesn't really take a lot of credit for it. Well, here's a story that kind of made it out. A young man, a big Miami Heat fan, a big Dwayne Wade fan, he got bit by a bug, just a bug.
Wow.
And he got some nasty bacterial infection, almost died. It was so bad the doctors removed both of his hands and both of his feet in order for him to survive. So this kid has no hands and no feet. Tragic. He can't, obviously, he can live a somewhat normal life for some activities, but he can't really be a kid in the true sense of the word. It's a sad thing. The team found out about this kid. He found out he was such a huge fan. Dwayne Wade went and met him, brought him courtside for a few games. He's looking over, he sees the kid's big smile, and he said it just kind of like gives him a little boost. So Dwayne Wade likes to like do this stuff and not be in the public eye. But here's the situation where it was right at the game, and here's the last the few sentences of the story. I knew where he was sitting, so when I caught his eye and saw him smile right back, it's great. It didn't matter at that time, the connection we had. It didn't matter who was looking. It was just us. So there, I applaud that. I think it was a good thing. And obviously people that are in those positions are under no obligation to give to anybody. It's their money that they have earned. But when you see someone that does, and this didn't cost him anything. He gave him a jersey. He gets a new jersey every game anyhow. But just doing a little something that brings such joy to any kid, especially a kid that's underprivileged, I think is a very nice gesture. So I applaud Dwayne Wade and his efforts there.
Yes.
You have something for us, Eric?
I do. Why don't you tell your story about, since we're all talking about sports, about the hamburger.
Michigan Ballpark offers a 4,800-calorie burger. 4-pounder features 5 beef patties, 5 slices of cheese, 1 cup of chili, and more. This is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it says, well, at least the salsa is locale. The West Michigan Whitecaps, a minor league team, will be offering up a major league cholesterol, carbohydrates, and calories in an enormous hamburger being added to the menu this year. The 4-pounder burger costs $20, featuring, as I said, 5 patties, 5 slices of cheese, nearly a cup of chili, and liberal doses of salsa and corn chips on an 8-inch sesame seed bun. That's a lot of dough. The Grand Rapids reports anyone who eats the entire behemoth in one sitting will receive a special T-shirt and hopefully a pill. Sainter fans can divide it up with a pizza cutter and share. This is an affiliate farm club of the Detroit Tigers. So that's Eric and I, when we were looking at the story, I said I would eat that, and I was like, well, I don't think I could eat it all, and then we decided we could probably share it.
Yeah,
probably knock that out.
That's a value. We usually get 2.5 pounds of meat
and cheese
and chili and whatnot for $10 a piece.
Yes. And if you've been to a ballpark lately, even a minor league,
concessions are
concessions are quite expensive. Absolutely.
So anyway, I did have a couple other stories. I want to talk. This one really wasn't a funny story. This is just something that I found very interesting. A shipwreck recovered off the coast of Florida may hold the most valuable treasure ever discovered, as pitted Spain against the salvagers. Marine Exploration Company, they found this a while back. They're just, it's been in the news for a while. And what brought my eye to it is the Discovery Channel at 8 p.m. tonight on a show they call Treasure Quest is doing a story on this.
Okay.
And that's when I saw that. I got my TiVo set to record it, and I did a little bit of research and found this very interesting. A Marine Exploration Company announced in May that it had recovered 17 tons in silver coins and other artifacts from a shipwreck in the Atlantic Ocean. The company Odyssey Marine Exploration out of Tampa, Florida, has been known since the first announcement, referring to wrecked only by its code name, the Black Swan. But they have found 17 tons of gold and silver from the shipwreck. So 500,000 coins.
And it says there's a battle over it, but I really don't see if it's outside of the international water zone, then it should be, finders keepers.
Yes, I think so too. It's international. It was international water.
So, yeah, I mean, if it were inside that line, it would obviously. I don't know what the law is, but I guess the state of Florida could have some say over it. But
and I'm not expert on this, so maybe I will be more after tonight's viewing of that TV show. But apparently, Spain's claim is that it was on one of their naval vessels, which remains the property of Spain. But if it was a merchant vehicle, then that's free game to anybody.
If it were a merchant vehicle, it would belong to the company that owns the merchandise. So I mean, it was lost,
right.
And it's been obviously a very long time. I don't think anybody can claim that.
And they've already spent millions of dollars recovering this. So
right. Well, we're not sure exactly on our math, but if it were just all silver, it would still be millions upon millions of dollars. And if it were, and it's not all silver, there's gold and other things in there. So
the article that I printed was a year old, and it was $500 million there, and the gold and silver is just price has gone through the roof right now with the way the economy is. So.
Possibly approaching $1 billion. Yeah. Who knows? A lot of money, nonetheless.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to the company that found it.
I think that'd be the coolest job ever. Being a
treasure
hunter.
Yep. So, hanging out with Nicolas Cage and such,
Indeed.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be my dream job.
Yeah. That would not be my dream job.
I know.
Mine would be fishing.
Yeah. Fishing for coin.
Yeah. I was driving over a lake, Jordan Lake, here in North Carolina. There was a guy out there with a Sitco boat, Sitco shirt, Sitco cap, fishing. This guy gets a truck, a trailer, a boat, all of his gear provided to him free of charge. In addition to that, they pay him money to go out and fish 4 days a week. That would be my dream job.
Well, a friend of mine, ex-co-worker, David Brookbank, who I haven't spoken to in years. And did you ever work with him?
No.
I worked with him at People's Computers. Christopher and I worked at People's Computers at one point in our life. He is a professional fisherman as well, and he also sells insurance. At one point, this is years ago when I last talked to him, told me he was making like $50,000 a year being a fisherman.
Yeah.
So.
And it is time consuming, but if you have the sponsors paying for all of your stuff, it's not expensive because if you were doing that on your own leisure, it'd be very expensive.
No, this is what you have in mind. But my business partner, Anna McDowell, her father is starting a fish chartering.
Okay.
Out of Wilmington.
That'd be cool. So we are just about done. We're actually going to wrap the show up today in time.
How about that?
How about that? We both had a few more stories, but that's here. We ramble incoherently.
Right.
www.blogtalkradio.Incoherent Ramblings. You can go there and get all of our MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. If you tweet, we tweet. And you can also get information to email us and show times and show descriptions. Listen to it, download it, tell your friends about it, please.
The only story I didn't get to, Chris, I thought you would enjoy included drunk monkeys.
Drunk monkeys?
Drunk monkeys, but we'll save that.
And that is a clip from the Drunk Monkey segment.
Yeah, going wild with guns.
Exactly.
Drunk monkeys and guns don't mix.
No, they don't. So thank you for listening. Tell your friends. See you next week. This has been Blog Talk Radio's The Incoherent Ramblings of C&E. Christopher and Eric are your hosts, and we would like to thank you for listening to our show today. Don't forget to tune in for next week's show live from Greensboro, North Carolina, as we are every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time.